Hey guys, here's another tutorial for you. This is Lambo door conversions. I gotta be kind of quiet, it's quite late and I got people sleeping literally across the way from me, so I've got to be quiet, but I needed to make this tutorial, so I'm doing it now. It's gonna be quite short. I'm gonna go into the basics of Lambo door conversion and then mainly talk about other methods that you can do, because we won't have time to show them all, but I'm gonna show you the best method to get this effect. Now ideally you want to use a donor image. As you can see from here, the donor image that I'm using is from this Mercedes, and we're going to fit it onto this Aston Martin DBS. Okay, ideally you want your donor image to be the same car as yours, and that's simply because when you put the Lambo door in, the fitment around the door frame is going to be exactly the same, and then it's obviously going to make your life much more easier. I'm doing it with a Mercedes onto an Aston Martin, which have different door frames, but you know, I'm just going to do it just to show you that it can be done. Okay, so first of all, as you can see, the images are the wrong way round, so we need to flip one or the other over. So I'm just going to flip this one across. So go to image, adjust image rotation, flip canvas horizontal. Okay, and that flips your image the right way. If you are doing work that is, you know, sort of on a flipped image, make sure that any text or number plates or any text on the cars with regards to badges, they're going to be flipped around the wrong way, so just make sure you change that if you have to. To make a selection, I use the pen tool. Okay, if you're not sure how to use the pen tool, just check out my Ford Focus RS wide arch tutorial, and I go into the pen tool a bit there on how to use it. And I literally just made a selection around this door and a bit around the door frame. Once you've got that done, guys, just hit Control C to copy and Control V to paste, and this pastes it obviously into a new layer, which you're going to call Lambo door. I've already got another image here that I've done just to save time, guys, because it's a bit sort of long-winded if you like. And then it's a case of getting your fitment right, so you're going to hit Control T to go into free transform mode. Using Alt to scale in proportion, you're just going to scale the door roughly to what you think you need. Use a reference point. As always, what I say, guys, is you need to use a reference point to where you want your fitment to be. So I'm using this corner here as my reference point. Okay, as you can see, we need the door a bit bigger so that it covers this area here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually swing it round, and to do this, guys, you hold down Control and you'll get this little checkered arrow, as you can see, and then you just swing it round, pull it out a bit, and then obviously just play around with the fitment that you're after. That's what you want to do. As you can see, this needs to go across a bit more. And this is literally what the process is, guys. There's nothing difficult about it. You just need to play around until you get a fitment you're after. So that door's looking a bit big, so I'm going to drop it a bit. Maybe make it come back a bit, just so it looks like it's like a coupe type effect. So that's not looking bad at all, guys. And then what you can do is you can go into your warp. You can start stretching out bits that you didn't want, you know, stretched out to do with the whole image. If the door's looking a bit small, you can widen the door. You know, just play around with warp tool, guys, just to get the effect that you're after. Every so often hit enter and look and see where it can be changed. So, you know, from that I can see that we need to come in a bit more, and then we just need to come down a tad. Hit enter, and you see, guys, that's not too bad at all. Keep adjusting it, and then what you can do, guys, if you're happy with the size, you can actually make selections around the parts you want to cut out. So I'm going to delete this and just show you the fitment I've got with this other one that I've done on before this. And as you can see, I've got the fitment roughly to where I want it. It's covering the existing wing mirror. It's literally just fitting into the back. There needs to be a bit taken off here, but I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. And we need to just smudge this in. So just to show you guys what I mean, with this part, what you can do is you can get this smudge tool, okay, and just put your strength up to about 26 and just smudge the areas in that you want them fitted into, if that makes sense. So it just gives it a more rounded off look. And as you can see, that's there. And then obviously you can draw a black line with the pencil, or you can just burn just to get the definition around there. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to do a quick burn so you can see what I mean. We're going to do the shadows. Just going to change the brush size. So if you zoom out, you can see you kind of got the definition there where the door is. Okay, so just play around with that if you want it. I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. And then here we just need to cut this little bit out. It's nothing major, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the pen tool, and I'm just going to go from there to there, just curve it round, and then just join everything up. Right click, make selection, go OK, and then just press delete. And it's just a slight deletion, guys, but it just makes all the difference. It makes it a bit more curved. So if we have a look at it now, as you can see, that's not a bad Lambo door fitment at all whatsoever. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to work on the shadowing around here. The best way to do this, you can either burn it if you want a dark shadow, but for me, I like to use the brush tool with a low opacity of about 8. Hold down Alt and select a red on the car. Okay, and then what you can do with the background selected, okay, is you can actually start painting on the background just to create a little shadow around the door. As you can see, we're just trying to get a shadow around the door frame to make it look a bit more 3D, like it's there. Okay, and then drop your opacity maybe to 6, 7, and you can come out a bit more. And this is all optional, guys, but for me I just like to get a bit more detail into the work. Nothing major, just small little changes, and then you can use a smudge tool and just smudge some of the shadowing out. But be careful, guys, obviously not to smudge areas like this. If you need to go over it and smudge it, just mask it off so you don't affect it, because then it's obviously going to look smudged. This is just meant to be for shadowing purposes, okay? Right, so just a rough little shadow there, just to give it a nice little effect. As you can see, it just gives it a nice little sort of 3D-ish effect. If you want to go all out, you can just start smudging it down here just to give it a bit more shape, like it's lighting, if you like. It's all optional, guys, it's just ideas that you can work with. Okay, so that's pretty much how to get the effect of it on your car. Right, so that's not too bad. Okay, and obviously once you colour code the door, it's going to look much better. And then what you can also do is just get the brush tool and just paint down the side here, and get your burn tool, and then select the door and then just burn this area here. So you just want to get like a sort of 3D definition line, if you like. And as you can see, you've got like that shadowing, so it just shows it's not solid. See what I mean? So it looks like it's actually in there. Don't worry about this bottom bit, we need to perfect it, but just to show you guys. And then if you need to sort out the window, like if you here, obviously it's not see-through, what you can do is a quick technique. What am I doing? Let me grab the pen tool. Just going to make a rough selection. I'm running out of time again, guys. I'm sorry, these are rushed. I wish YouTube gave you a bit longer, but unfortunately it's what we've got to work with. Okay, I'm just going to do this roughly since we haven't got a lot of time, but what you can do is make a selection of your window, go to OK, you can hit Control X and that cuts it out. Try and leave this little white line, as you can see that I've done, try and leave that there, okay? Go to Control V, you've got your window, holding down Control, get the perfect fitment so it's back in place. So I would say it's around there. Okay, and then you can just drop the opacity just to get a nice see-through effect. As you can see, it looks more like a window. And then obviously you can do a window tint on just that layer by getting the paintbrush tool, selecting black, your opacity's down, and then just paint on the window itself. And as you can see, you can give it this window tint effect, but obviously do it within the window, if not you get a shadowing around. So guys, that's pretty much Lambo doors. Comments, questions as always are welcome. Thanks for your time.